After finishing her swim in the sea, the woman came ashore only to discover her husband had stripped off his pants, unfastened his belt, and formed a loop. Like a monkey, he had climbed up a coconut tree. Curious about his behavior, she followed the mountain path. To her shock, she overheard her husband flirting with another woman. Rage boiled inside her, but she quickly reconsidered. Instead of confronting him immediately, she decided to observe his reaction. Pretending to search for him, she watched as her husband's face changed, frantically hiding his phone and looking down at her with a forced smile. He mumbled an excuse about picking coconuts. Surprisingly, she didn't get angry. Instead, she nodded with a knowing look, as if harboring a secret plan. That night, they sat by the campfire. Her husband nestled close and seemingly at peace. The atmosphere felt normal, as if nothing had happened. But things were never that simple. Eyeing her husband's locked phone and the nearby speedboat, she made a bold decision. The next morning, the man was jolted awake by the waves. Before he could gather his thoughts, his wife casually walked up the beach with a piece of bad news. The speedboat had been swept away by the ocean. No need to worry, though. The island wasn't that remote, and rescue would come soon. The husband was skeptical but didn't challenge her story. He sat on the beach, pretending to admire the scenery. When his wife offered to pick some fruit, she instead walked directly to a rocky cave. The boat and phone were safe. This was all part of her elaborate plan to trap her husband on this deserted island forever. What she didn't know was that her husband was watching her every move. By evening, the couple sat on the beach, sipping red wine and appearing deeply in love. But only they knew the truth. Each was plotting the other's demise. The husband noticed the boat keys hanging around his wife's neck and made a ruthless decision. The next morning, he tried to sneak away while she slept. She awoke, and he quickly claimed he was going to the bathroom. Sensing something was wrong, she reached for her chest. The keys were gone. As she tried to chase him, her feet became entangled in vines, causing her to crash to the ground. The husband rushed to the speedboat, seemingly on the verge of abandoning her. But instead of trying to stop him, she calmly returned to the camp and collected all their tools. As the boat moved further away, the rope tied to the rocks became increasingly taut. A deadly game of survival had begun.